Well, can you believe that I made these with exactly the same product? And they look so different. I love the way this one looks, but this one looks like it's been carved out of real stone, and it feels like real stone. But one extra step completely changed this one to that one. And that one extra step involves soaking this one, which looked like this one, in a household product that I'm sure most of us already have sitting at home. What I really wanted to know was whether something this simple could genuinely create this level of difference. Today I'm going to be testing out the new ResinCrete Decor Etch to see whether this hidden finish really can create something that looks premium. You get full instructions with this. It comes with the powder and the liquid, and you mix it up as a 5-to-1 by weight. And it does say in here how much you need for each one. So if I'm going to mix up 200 grams of powder, I need 40 grams of liquid. So I'm going to turn on my scale, because the first one I'm going to mix up is going to be for the tray. And then I'm going to do some of these little thinker molds that I absolutely love. It's very similar to ResinCrete, although you do need to handle it slightly differently. Now, wear a mask while you're using any of these powders. So I'm going to use 200 grams, and I can't wait at this stage to see how this comes out. So I've got 200 grams of powder there. It also comes with a little brush, and you'll see why in a minute. So on top of that, I'm going to need 40 grams of the liquid, and it comes with the liquid. There we go. So that's 40 grams of that. And now all I need to do is mix this up. And you don't need to mix it for long. About a minute is enough. Once you've got it fully mixed, you'll know, because there'll be no dry bits in it at all. That's what you want to make sure. Now you can see some flecks in there at the moment, but you'll be amazed, I hope, what this is going to finish out like. And at the minute, it's behaving like a standard ResinCrete. It's mixed up lovely. That's all mixed up. And now I can start to pour this into my mold. Now, unlike ResinCrete, this takes between 2 and 4 hours to get cured up completely. And then you should be able to demold it. And then you need to leave it 24 hours before you do anything else with it. So it's simple to use. All I'm doing here is making sure I'm getting it all the way around everywhere in my mold. Now, it was my members that came up with the name for this, so thank you, members. ResinCrete run a competition to come up with the best name, and one of my members won it, and they run a free supply of this. So if you want to become a member and benefit from all the perks of being a member, plus extra competitions like this, then the link for that is in the description below. Okay, so we've nearly got that full. I'm messy as normal. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick that up a little bit and drop it down. I tend to do this with my ResinCrete as well, because that way you can knock out any bubbles. Be a squidgy widgy around those corners in case you've got any bits where you've got trapped bubbles in those corners. Drop it a couple more times, give it a bit of a shake, and then we'll leave that there like that. Now what I'm going to do is use this that I've got left here to fill up these thinker molds. I think these are going to look amazing with it. Now you can add colours to this, but I wouldn't recommend adding dark colours to it. I'd only recommend adding some light colours, so that the special effects that we'll do shortly will really show up well. So once again, we'll tap that down, give that a bit of squidgy widgy. I'll mix up some more. Only mix up what you need in any one go as well, because you don't want it curing up in your pot. I love a new product, and testing out something new makes me really excited. And once these have cured up, that's when the transformation actually happens. So now I've got my second lot mixed up. I can top this one up as you would with normal ResinCrete, and you shouldn't be able to see that join. Let's tap this out, get rid of any of the little overpour bits. And now I can leave that there to cure up while I finish filling up these ones. And so far I've only used 400 grams of the actual powder and 80 grams of the liquid, so there's quite a lot left. I may have to mix up just a tiny bit more for the last one, but I'd rather mix up less than I need than more than I need and waste any. I've had a little tidy up, and these are now sitting here ready to cure. I'm going to let these cure up for at least 4 hours. Once these have cured up, then that's when the real transformation will start, and I can't wait to share with you how to do that, because it's such an easy thing to do, and it gives such a brilliant result. Well, it's been 4 hours now, and I'm going to quickly take these out of the mold. Now, still be gentle with them at this stage because they're still not fully dry, and you don't want to break your items if you're too rough with them. And I tend to be a little bit rough normally with them. I don't know why. But you'll get a much more even dry once you've taken them out of the molds. And if you've got any overpour on them like I have at the moment there, it's much easier to take that off now than when they're fully dry. I mean, it's not difficult once they're fully dry, but can you see, you can just pop that off. And looking at them now, you wouldn't believe what they're going to look like once they've been drying for 24 hours. Because this extra step that I'm going to do in a minute, even though how nice do they look now, this extra step that I'm going to do shortly on them is just going to transform them. Now, let's hopefully we did enough squidgy widgy on this one to not get too many or any bubbles caught in the corners. Oh, look at that. Not a single bubble there. Makes a big difference. That's the great thing about ResinCrete products as well. They do release the bubbles really well. And again, look at that. Beautiful. So I'm going to go ahead. I'll finish demolding these, and then I'll leave them for 24 hours before I do this next magical step. Well, these are all lovely and dry now. They've been drying for 24 hours, so I can now do the next step. And these are, at the moment, they're exactly the same. They're exactly the same product, and they look great like that. But one extra step completely changes this finish. And all I'm going to be using is distilled white vinegar. Now, if you don't have any white vinegar, you can use other acidy products. But to be honest, this is the best one. The only thing is, it does smell of vinegar. But once you've washed it all off, you can't smell that vinegar at all. So the vinegar smell doesn't stay. And it's really easy to do, and that's why you've got this brush. What I'm using is some neat vinegar here, and I'm going to pour this over the top of this. Use something with a lid in. Once you've used the vinegar, you can keep using it and keep using it until it no longer works, until the stuff has stopped it being acidic, which takes quite a while. So I'm going to leave that in there now for 4 minutes. And then after 4 minutes, I'm going to turn it over as well, so it's all nicely covered. And then I'll show you what you do after 4 minutes. So I've got both of them soaking in here now. If I want, I can just bring a bit more vinegar over them, like that. And then what I'm going to do after 4 minutes is I'm going to give them a brush like this. And the vinegar will start to go a little bit cloudy, but it still works. I'll easily be able to do all this with it. And now what I'll do is I'll leave that for another 2 minutes and then give it another brush. So it's had 2 minutes, and now I'm going to give this another brush. And what I really want to know is whether something this simple can genuinely create this level of difference. And this is a product that most of us have probably got in our store cupboards, and if not, it is so cheap to buy. I think that cost me less than 50 pence, that bottle of vinegar. And then once you've got it like that, just take them out. You can already see the difference. And then go and rinse them under a tap. Now they're rinsed, the smell of vinegar has gone completely, and you can already start to see the transformation in that. It's unfortunate, but you can't feel the texture. It now feels like stone, which is amazing. Before you do anything with them, if you're going to seal them or do anything like that with them, make sure that they're dry. So I'm going to put these in my curing box for the next hour. Well, these are lovely and dry now, and look how beautiful that is. That looks just like stone. And if you want to seal them, it's entirely up to you. I like to give the sealed finish. I'm going to use the gloss sealer, which is for ResinCrete products. It does work on lots of other products as well. And I'm going to use the sponge to put that on with. Now that will soak into there, and that's fine. If you want to give it more of a gloss seal, then give it a second coat. But just pop over it with the sponge. like this, then you won't get any brush strokes. The sponge comes with the sealer. You won't get any brush strokes on there, and it will still look like lovely stone. But this will just give it that bit of extra gloss to it. Well, I'm quite shocked how something so simple as a white vinegar can really transform how something looks. Remember what it looked like before we did that? Was the transformation worth it? I absolutely 100% believe it was. It feels like real stone now, and it looks incredible. Want to see how simple techniques can dramatically increase the value of your ResinCrete projects? Then check out the video that's coming up next here. Be sure to watch that one. I think you'll be surprised. Boot that like button, hit that subscribe button, but most of all, enjoy your resin. Take care. Bye.